Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh to the viewers. We are very honored. We'd like to welcome the ambassador of Indonesia to South Africa, our respected Sheikh Salman Al-Fatsi. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Waalaikum salam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Well, it is so good to see you here at the GBR Convention, International Convention at our ITV studios. A network, we have a network here. Just to begin the discussion, we feel that, we just want, for the sake of the viewers, tell us, your presence in South Africa. You are here and we can see a lot of work that Indonesia, we have a historical link with Indonesia, many of the Muslims. How is this? What are some of the links you have in this country? What is some of the, because we're happy you're here, what are some of the things you want to achieve and you're achieving?
Yes, thank you very much. I've been in South Africa as the ambassador of Indonesia to South Africa since 8 months ago. And this is already 8 months here. And it is indeed a pleasure and an honor for me to be here in South Africa, considering the deep history we have between Indonesia and South Africa, the history that we built from the 17th century when Sheikh Yusuf came to South Africa, not only preaching Islam, but also making the South African having a spirit of struggling.
Because he came as a political exile.
Yes, he came as a political exile, and indeed it also inspired the people of South Africa to move for the struggle.
While Ambassador, while you mentioning this point, I believe you're I don't know if it's the government of Indonesia, you're doing a book, you're trying to do a book of this history.
Yes, in fact, indeed we will have our book on the 25th anniversary of the diplomatic relation between Indonesia and South Africa. This year marks the 25th anniversary of our relationship. That's why we will publish a book commemorating that celebration. But I think last week we just came back from Cape Town to witness the launch of the book on Tuan Guru, who came to with Aukap, who came to Cape Town in the early 17th century. And then Tuan Guru was not only bringing Islam to South Africa, but also bringing the spirit of struggling toward the Dutch at the time.
Well, I must tell you, Ambassador, our father of the nation, Mandela.
Yes.
Mandela, when he was on Robben Island, he used to always say, I take courage and I take hope from the Indonesian struggle heroes who were brought to be prisoners.
Precisely.
Prisoners.
Precisely. And then the Karomah is also the place where Mr. Mandela always contemplate himself.
And when he went back after liberation, the first thing he did is to visit the Karam.
Yes, that's very true.
So just I just want to ask another question in terms of how do you is there the trade? I believe you're having a trade function somewhere in October, I think.
Yes.
In Indonesia.
Yeah, we will have the annual trade expo, Indonesian Trade Expo in Indonesia. It will be in October, I believe, on the 16th to 22 something.
Right.
In Jakarta. It's a very good opportunity for South African to showcase their need to make a closer relationship with us. And here today we also showcase some of the Indonesian product, and we would also we are very happy that today we have also one of our company to showcase the digital platform to closer the connectivity between South Africa and Indonesia through the digital trading.
Well, I want to end by saying I'm sure Allah Subhanahu wa Taala had a plan when He sent Sheikh Yusuf and them and Tuan Guru so that we're still having this relationship, inshallah. So we thank you once again, and inshallah we will hope to increase this relationship.
My pleasure, and then great to have you and sharing your time with us. Thank you very much.
Yes. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah.
Well, we are very privileged to have in our company and for ITV His Royal Majesty, the King Fabrico of the DRC. Welcome to our country and welcome to our TV station, ITV.
Thank you very much.
Well, you us today gave a very interesting keynote address about how traditional leaders can work with corporations in investment and development. I think for our viewers, can you just give them the message you gave today about how traditional leaders can make a partnership for investment in our continent?
Yeah, no, the thing is, I believe we are African. We are African, and everywhere in Africa, in the history times ago, it was heavy couriers. We call in French couriers, which is a fighter who they became king, who they was ruling this Africa. So we cannot kill that traditional. Yeah. So, and as a king I am, is like a generation of generation. So we can see today other investment people, they are very disappointing in Africa because of politics. The investment people, they like to trust politicians, but they think the one they don't know, a politician has got a mandate. Has got a mandate. When his mandate finish and walk out, and the other one will come, he can change the rule, he can change everything.
Correct.
So you can lose your investment.
But with the king, the
With
royal
the
family,
king-
it carries on from generation
Yes,
to
with the
generation.
king, when you come through to the kingdom, and the king bring it to the government, which is means under the king. Is under the king, so which is mean your investment in the country is a generation of generation. You can die, I can die, but our children, they can keep that corporation to protect your investment. That was all my point. I'm not saying the government they're bad. I don't say the politicians they're bad. But I just saying
There's no constancy.
we are very important people, trust people who the investment people they must trust. Is a kingdom. To trust the kingdom can take you to the government, and the government will know this project it came from this kingdom. So we need to protect is a local and is a excellency, is a I don't know all the name we are to our government.
And you are indigenous and you have roots from so long.
Yes.
And that roots is strong in the community.
Yes, that's why I was saying to everybody in the world to trust all the countries, the one they have a kingdom. All the countries, like you can go to Swaziland. Our king in Swaziland is a generation of generation.
We have a king of the Zulus.
Yeah, you can go to KwaZulu Natal.
Yes.
The king Zulitini is their generation of a generation.
Correct.
You can go to Venda, you find the king Pepo. Is their generation of generation. You can
Correct.
come to GRC, you come to Mini Congo Kingdom, which is my kingdom. It's a generation. I'm in number 10 now in our crown.
Okay.
So which is mean the people must trust the traditional leaders.
Well, I think that was a very good message, Your Majesty. I think for us now, we're also, as you said, going in an election. We thank you very much. We're going to pray for your country and you pray for our country and our election.
Thank you very much. I hope for me, South Africa is like my second home. South Africa is one of the country we love. So we always pray for South Africa, God with our ancestors to guard South Africa. So I hope these things is coming in South Africa, this election will pass good and people they will be safe for South Africa. Because South Africa is like a light for us in Africa. So we need to support South Africa.
Thank you very much. Thank you for a good message. God bless you also. Thank you and your country.
was so shocked when I see this.
No, I'm telling you how,
Yeah,
because
it's so
we are one
interesting,
family now.
yes.
How can we not believe in him when
How?
Abraham is our grandfather, Baba Mkulu. Abraham is
Yes,
our
Baba Mkulu,
Baba
yes,
Mkulu.
it's
Yes.
He is our grandfather for the Jews, Christian, and Muslim. So
Wow.
how can I not love him?
Yes, how
This is
can we?
amazing.
It's so amazing.
We are one family.
We are
We are one family, and
Wow.
you see, especially the Abrahamic family. If Moses and Jesus and Muhammad were here, they'll pray together
Together.
because
Wow.
they are one family.
It's so interesting. eh?
Wow. It's actually very interesting.
Very
Something that we
interesting.
never really thought of. Like,
Oh,
we
yes.
see theoretically,
Yeah.
but we do not apply it.
Yes,
And
yes.
this is very powerful. I think even the explanation where you're explaining
Indeed.
Hagar and Sarah as the first wife, second wife,
Yes.
that's what breaks it up for us.
Yes.
To know the origins of
The two
the
branches.
two branches.
Yes.
But it's the same, it's a family
It's the
tree.
same, yeah.
And in our culture, in African culture, in Arab culture,
Okay.
in Indian culture,
Mhm.
if the father has got two wives, those children are all the same brothers and
Yes.
sisters.
Yes, yes.
It's the one father.
Yes, yes.
So we are saying it's time to unite. We don't need to fight with one another.
Yes, yes.
You understand? We need
Yes.
to talk to one.
Yeah.
We can respect. You can be a Christian, you're still my
Yes,
Abrahamic family.
yes.
You can be a Jew,
The
you're
thing
still
is-
my Abrahamic.
One
You can
blood,
be an
one
African traditionalist. Even if you're not following Judaism, you're an African. You are still part of our tree of human. You are my brother and sister because Adam and Eve is our parent for the whole of humanity.
Yes, it's true, man. This is powerful.
So chapter 49, verse 13 of the Quran, it says the verse, O mankind, O Muslims, Christians,
Okay.
Chinese,
Okay.
we created you from a single pair of a male and female, which is Adam and Eve.
Yes.
And we made you into many nations and tribes in the world, so that you may know one another.
Yes.
Not you must discriminate and
Against
hate
each
one another.
other.
We are one
Yes.
humanity.
Oh my God.
Verily the most honored of you
Is
in the sight of
God,
Allah.
Mm.
On the side of God, yes.
is the one who is most righteous.
just
That's the criteria.
full of
Righteousness.
knowledge.
Righteousness.
We actually, there's only one God.
There is
right?
only one God.
Yeah.
It's the same God for you and for
Same
me and for the
God.
Chinese and for everyone.
Yeah. Wow, this is awesome.
So that's why we are
awesome.
saying let's build the bridges of understanding
yeah.
now.
Amen.
between our faith.
Yeah.
Our faith.
Wow.
ne?
So you are from Botswana, you forgot about it, and you are right in Joburg, but you
Yes.
forget about this branch
Yeah.
because nobody is talking about it. They're keeping us separate.
Yes, it's true. ne?
So we need to find out what is it that is keeping us separate.
Ah, no.
What
Why
is so
you think
different
we are
that
here?
we need
This
to
isn't-
bridge
this
the
is a-
gap?
Correct.
We have
Isn't
to-
this a Christian conference?
Right.
But look how good we must thank a global business.
Yes.
They said, come and tell our people we are one family.
Yes, it's
Yes.
true. Yeah, yeah.
Bridge the gap.
Bridge
between
the gap
faith.
and build the bridges.
And most of the time, truly speaking, Muslim, we afraid them. Ne? Yeah,
I'm
it's
a
true.
terrorist.
Yes, serious. When we see Muslim, we think,
He's a terrorist or he's an Arab or what.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So we thank you for coming to our ITV. But you can, and you know, this is what we are saying. I am a Muslim and I love Jesus.
Is every Muslim know about
Of course.
Jesus?
Do you know when the lady will tell, whenever a Muslim, I'll call any Muslim here, if
Okay.
when you say Jesus, you heard me saying, he don't say Jesus, he say peace be upon you.
Wow.
If we say Abraham, we say peace be upon you with respect. We can't just say Jesus. We can't say Moses. Moses, peace be upon him.
Okay,
Wow.
just
With
like
respect.
it's like when I can't
even
call you with your
pronounce.
name, then
You're highly respected.
We must
Yes.
respect them because
Yeah.
they are prophets of God.
yes,
And
even in the family, an elder we don't call the
By
elder
his name,
by his name.
but-
I understand.
I hear you.
Serious,
You know what I'm going to do?
Eh,
I am so happy to be in this ITV.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell all my Muslim friends to watch me on this TV.
My mind is clear now. We are one family.
yes,
We were
One
one for the
family.
first time.
that's what I'm saying.
Thank God.
Thank you
please,
very
thank
much.
you.
Okay,
Thank you.
you're welcome. Bye bye.
My name is Isaac Balami. I'm from Nigeria, like she did mention. I'm from the northern part of Nigeria, of course, where we have the Boko Haram, Borno State. But we are doing a lot to see how we can get that fixed. Time has come where we need to see the problem of one nation that is not ours as our own problem. Because the world is already a global village. And if you think that the challenges going on in Nigeria is not your problem, then you are a joker. When you talk about growing the economy through skills, we need to know that Africa today, about 77% of the population in Africa, they are below the age of 35. That is talking about a whooping population of about 770 million young, energetic people that, if not trained with the right skills, is a major catastrophe for the whole world. I think we have seen clearly today that now you can even export terrorism. So when a particular nation has a problem and another nation feels that is none of my business, then that is a big mistake. And I'll tell you this, the issue of skills, acquisition, and training generally is key. In Nigeria, where I actually come from, why is it that we don't have Boko Haram in the southern part of Nigeria? Why in the north? Why is it in the northern part of Nigeria? It's simple. About 11 million children, today as we speak, are not in school in Nigeria. About 11 million children don't go to school. And the challenge is, most political leaders, entrepreneurs, middle class and upper class in general feel that is none of their own problem. And until we see it as a problem, as individuals, we are going nowhere. Now, one major challenge is the fact that most people just lament. They are lamenters. They complain about every problem, but they do nothing about it. I tell you, I was complaining. I used to be a serious complainer some years ago. I'm quite young, but I think I was able to start very, very early. I was complaining about everything in my state, in my region. I wasn't happy because of my exposure. And I felt, what can you do about it? It's not actually by complaining. So what did I do? I started the Isaac Balami Foundation and the Nigerian Rebirth Foundation. Today, without any support, with my personal income, I have been able to put over 600 children in school in Nigeria alone. It's simple. So if you have about 11 million, if I can do 600 and you can do 1 or 2, then we can fix it. Because the government can't do it alone. The challenge is actually too much. So we actually need to see beyond that. In the north, where I come from, in Nigeria, and you can use this anywhere in the world. If you go to the south, to Lagos, to Port Harcourt, to Enugu, to Anambra, to Ife, to Ogun State, and you give a small boy $10, for example, $10 to go kill somebody, he or she will not, simply because that child has a skill. An average person in the southern part of Nigeria is either in school or has a skill. If you meet with the Igbos, they are majority traders. So it's important for us to know that educating our children is key. Educating the next generation is key. Not just by educating people. You must give people the right skills. Our curriculum cannot rescue us anymore. With due respect and thanks to our colonial masters, they've done very well, now they are gone. But we are still using 1960, 1914, 1930 curriculum. It cannot work. The world has moved forward. Things have to change. I was trained as an aviator, and I love using the aviation industry as an example. It's a type-rated industry. If you're a pilot, when you go to the aviation college, from day one to the day you get your pilot license, commercial instrument rating, or you're an AMP engineer, aircraft engineer, you are being given the skills you need to work on an aircraft or to fly an aircraft. But today we have engineers in other fields in Africa. You can imagine somebody who studies civil engineering and he can't even build a road. Somebody who studied water resources and can't even produce water for his own community or for her own community. We need to change all this. We need to be more realistic. We need to customize every sector and ensure that we get the best out of it. Because we can't continue this way. So you see somebody who is well skilled in aircraft engineering, because he knows what he's doing, because he's trained for it, he gets well paid, or she gets well paid. But if you like, if you are a professor in any field and you work in a different field, you can't make any impact. So it's very, very important for us to look at it that way. Like I did say, it is very, very important for us as Africans. I really want to talk to Africans now. In Nigeria, where I come from, I think we have the highest number of churches in the whole world. Churches everywhere. People will pray every day for 6 hours. No result. Now, with due respect to our pastors here, it's good to pray, it's good to fast, it's good to fear God, it's good to be law-abiding, but without vision, hard work, you're going nowhere. The challenge most of us have is that we spend time praying, fasting, and we're not really working. And that is not actually helping Africa. Dubai, I've been going to Dubai. I don't see them in the mosque, or they are not that spiritual, but they are working hard. And look at what Dubai is today. From third world to first world, look at Singapore. They didn't do it by speaking in tongues. They did it by working hard. Go to China. They're working on, they're doing a lot. Go to Japan. Go to South Korea. Go to India. It's by hard work. Clear vision, clear direction. It's very, very important. One thing that I think we Africans suffer most is, we think we're actually suffering from witchcraft. But our problem is not actually witchcraft. Our problem is crycraft. We cry too much. We complain too much. We need to begin to look for solutions. I see no reason why we shouldn't invest in our children to come up with a technology that can allow us to continue using our mud to build our houses because of our environment. Our mud is actually bulletproof. Whenever the weather is very, very hot, it's cold in the inside. Whenever it's cold, it's warm in the inside. But we are doing copy, right? That's what we call it in Nigeria. And we've stopped thinking. So we need to think out of the box. We need to be more realistic. Ladies and gentlemen, my time is up, but let me just say this. We need to see challenges of other nations as our challenges. And by that, we'll have a better place to live on earth. Thank you very much.